topics, and I know jobs will be your focus. You know, too, that Jeb Bush will put a focus on that as well. This is what he said just 24 hours ago about you and about another governor, too, in Texas.
If you ever see my good friend Rick Perry, or actually even my brother, George W., tell him that we created more jobs than Texas during those 8 years.
I'm sure that comment lingered its way down to Texas. What do you think
you know
of that?
What? Competition is a good thing. I'm a big believer in the 10th Amendment that Washington needs to devolve this power back to the states and let the states compete. I mean, that's the beauty of what our founding fathers talked about. And, you know, I think it's important to take a look at people's records. When you've got blue skies and the wind behind your back, as the early 2000s, the late 90s were in Florida, you know, it was pretty easy to create jobs down there. But I think the real challenge and the real record is, look at who created jobs when the Great Recession of 2008 forward was occurring. And Texas created 1.5 million jobs from the end of 2007 through 2014, while the rest of the country lost 400,000 jobs. Now, I'll share with you, Bill, that I think that that's what Americans want to look for. Tell me who can perform when things are rough and tough, because that's what we face in this country today, and that's what we face in the world. It's a rough and tough world out there, and we need somebody who's got the results of putting a job creation plan together, being able to send the message to our allies that we're going to be there with you, and our adversaries, if you cross that red line, you're going to pay a real price for it.
Speaking of rough and tough, you all appear to respect each other, for the most part, I would say. You know, listening to you talk and so many others, is this campaign itself during the primary season, is it going to be rough and tough?
Well,
what do you think of that?
I respect those individuals who have stepped into the arena that love this country, that want to serve. I think we can have a thoughtful conversation, a civil conversation. I think there's a real comparisons to be made. I'm proud of not only my job creation record, my time of wearing the uniform of this country. I think that's what Americans are going to look for, experiences that really paint a worldview that not only can create an economic climate in this state, protect people's values and freedoms in this country, and also project into the world that America is a unique and an exceptional place, and America does have a powerful role to play in the world, and having a strong military and a strong diplomatic ability is what people are going to be looking for. I think I can bring that full package to the American people.
So then just one more point on the field and how you'll approach this in terms of strategy. So you'll tell Jeb Bush that you did it during a recession in terms of creating jobs.
Indeed.
And you'll tell your colleague Ted Cruz from Texas that he was in the Senate and you were in an executive position in Texas as a governor, and that makes you more fit in your second run for the White House. So then, when you're on this debate...
I couldn't have said it any better, Bill.
When you're on this debate stage, I don't know if the word is nasty, but how nasty could it get? Or will there be a level of civility that you all will try to maintain? Just listening to all you talk about each other, it appears it's the latter. Will it be, or will it stay that way?
Well, I can't speak for anyone else. I can speak for myself. And I will work very diligently to be very civil, but also pointing out the comparisons and the results, because I think that's important for the American people. I think Americans want to see a tough, focused, disciplined leader in this country. And we certainly haven't had that for the last 6.5 years.
Rick Perry, thank you for your time. The three-term governor from Texas.